if you, oh, 1 second. Hello everybody, this is Jack Hotman, and today actually I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up a website with the new WordPress theme, which you probably have bought. And I have to admit something. When I did the promotion, I didn't had set up a website, but I felt confident that I was able to do it, and was planning to do it, on Sunday morning. And then my daughter had to play volleyball, but normally we are home quite quickly. But today she ended up, to play all the 8 games and won the tournament. Now I came home, about 1 hour and a half ago, and I managed to set up the scheme. So if I can do it, I feel pretty confident then you can do it. So with that said, I just wanted to go to some features what the theme has. I think it's very easy. You have to know a little bit how the theme is set up, how it works. But if you are a little bit familiar with WordPress, this is super easy. Okay. So for the main thing, I think does everybody see my screen? So make sure you see my screen. Okay, I see a lot of yeses. So we can have an argument about, is this the best theme? Is it the high conversion theme? What I figured out most of the time of a lot is, it takes so much time to set up a website, and actually that shouldn't be the case. Okay, you should be able to use a theme where you can fill out some standard information and you're done. Okay, so and then once you have that website set up, you can see what the conversions are and if you want to change something. Okay, so when you log in WordPress, who of you guys have installed the WordPress theme on a domain? Has somebody done, or you're waiting on this webinar? Okay, he did. Okay, somebody else did. So actually it's very easy in my opinion. So I think there are some training. You go to Teams and you install a theme and you upload it and you activate it. I think that is, I don't think you need that much training. There's a lot of training regarding that. Okay. What you want to know once you have installed the theme, you want to know how the theme a little bit works. Okay. And on the left hand side you will notice Rockstar options. So click on that, and now it's just a matter to know which field belongs to it. Okay, so if you click on General, you see the color scheme, and you can select a color for the theme. I have selected blue. You see this blue. So if you select it to gray and you save that, see what happened. It's so easy, and you cannot almost make no mistakes. You see this blue or gray now. Okay, so you see things changing. I don't like that gray color so much, so I will change it back. And then you can the background color. So let's say I want to keep this, so I copy this value, but let me save this somewhere so I can put it back. So let's say I want something more grays. Okay, and I press Save Changes. Then I go back to the theme, and you see that now that background color is changed to gray. And actually that is not a bad color. You know why? Because around that theme was a little bit busy, and now the the eye is more concentrated on the body. You see that, guys? But I'm not here to go over what converts or what doesn't convert so much. I'm just wanted to show you, where all those options are. And you go just each option and the main image, and here's all the text around it. Upload the new image to place next to the video, to the main image. So this is the main image. And then if you like more a male instead of a female, let's see where I found it. This is the logo, so you can upload the logo here. Okay. And then let's see, somewhere site contact image. Somewhere I saw female. Realistic woman. Sidebar content image. See what happens now. I refresh. Here. You see this? This girl that was a man and now is a female. Okay. So if you change it to sidebar realistic man and I press save. So that is how I do it too. There's no magic to it. It's just read it and see what's changed and see what you like the best. You see how easy it is? And I just play with those fields. And then you have form settings, and on this example I put a coupon in it where you, instead of the autoresponder code, I put some HTML tag, and to show you, you see that's the phone number here, 888-6667. So let me change it to an 8. You see 7, and I change it to an 8, and now it's 8. You see that, guys? How easy it is. Then the video options, you put YouTube part of the code in, so probably you are familiar with it, but let me try to show you YouTube. And you take a video, and I pause this one. Okay. Doesn't let me pause. Okay, 1 second. I don't know why it happens now. Google, YouTube. Probably I clicked on an ad. Okay, you see this part of the code? That is what you want to fill out here. Okay, so it's super easy. Okay, and then you have female Hispanic. You see this? That girl is pointing to that video. If you think your target group is more attracted by a male, and Caucasian, so press save, and then you see, that's how easy it is. So anybody questions so far? I'm going too fast, or now you feel comfortable to play with those fields? I'm not done with the complete training, but what I showed you so far, is that clear to you guys? Can I have a yes or no? Okay, I see a lot of yeses now coming in. Yeah, it is very easy, It just feels comfortable to do it. And then you have the Google Maps option where you can enter really information about the Google Maps. You just play with it, okay? That you cannot do wrong, because you can easily, you need our solution. You see this here, those bullet points, our solution for you. So let me change this to our solution, okay? And with dot, okay? And I press save. and you see this our solution for you. Now I refresh the page and then our solution. You see how easy it is to change those bullet points. A couple of bullet points is always easy for the user, for the website visitor, what your service is about. Do you leave maps off? Yes, that's a good question, Carrie. Sometimes it depends on the service. Okay, the map is important when the company, when the service is delivered at the company location. Okay, if the service is at people's location, then the map is not important. So if, for example, AC repair, you just show an address or so. You don't need a map. Okay, yeah, or you just say it's located in city. The city is more important than that location, because the website visitor doesn't want to go to the location. They expect to come there. They have put value on that is a local number. That is where people put value on it. A local number will always convert better than a toll-free number. Okay, then we discussed those bullet lists. Let's see, social network. If you have those links, then you have some advanced options for colors, and then the footer. You can change your link and your text in the footer. If you go to the footer, you see this link. Is a link, and you can change that. Okay, very basic. Then this text, that is actually an important text. I play with it. I changed to 31 seconds. Let's see where. Let's see where I found that colors now. See, I changed that somewhere. See where video, Google bullet type, form settings. No. Oh yeah, text in error. You see that? So if I change it to 32 seconds or 29 seconds, and you see it's 31 seconds, and I refresh this. And now 29 seconds. Okay, so that is so with this framework, it's very easy to make some changes and to fill out your customer information. Okay, so then if you order a domain name, you set up the theme and you fill up that basic information. It is not hard to set up the website. Okay, now there are some couple of pages: home, about, service, and contact. Okay, so let's discuss the home page. Okay, because I think that's the only thing that I don't like so much on this theme. Okay, so if you go pages, all pages, you will see a no title page. Okay, and you have to edit this, and then you see the image link which you can upload via WordPress, and then you have that that text. Are you heating with a cooling system? And then you have some other text. Okay, so let me so first, this is the image. Okay, so you insert an image which can be any image. Okay, but then you put a title, and then you put some text. Okay, and then you do that as many serves you want to do. 3 or 4 is pretty good to fill up the page, but that is actually, I put a note actually I put a note, but at Rockstars to make this easier, so that those are becoming fields, and hopefully they will do it in the future. But now it is now it is via and page. Does everybody get this step? Because I think this is the only step that is not so logic, in my opinion. So it's no title, you click on edit. The parent is no parent, and you have to, yeah, you can do with this body whatever you want, but I like, there's a little bit setup, an image, header, and text, that makes it easier for, makes it a nice looking page. Okay, then there's an about page, which let me show you the about page. You see, about, sub, so this is all very easy. Okay, and then there's an contact page and a service page. Okay, it's all the same setup. See if menus, I haven't checked it. Okay, are you guys familiar with menus? Here, if you are not familiar with menus, you want to click on appearance menus, and if you choose the primary menu, you can change those buttons around, because we created those pages: home, about, service, and contact. And if you look up here, service, contact, you see that, guys? And if you move this around, contact first and service last. So here's contact last, and I press this save menu, and I refresh this. Those are now switched around. This is super easy, available within WordPress. So with that, okay, you can enter testimonials, and they will appear on the home page here. So that's actually a pretty nice feature. Testimonials will always do good. So with that, there's not so much to speak about this theme, because it's super easy to fill out the blanks and use it. Because you might say, okay, is this the best theme, and convert it. I know this theme looks pretty good and it's easy to use. Any questions about this? I think it's more play around a little bit with those fields, see what changes, and it's hard to mess up. If you feel not comfortable, make once in a while a copy, so you can always go back. That's what I do, because you can always make mistakes, but it's hard to mess up with this theme, because it's field orientated. With those fields, it is like a framework where you have to stick to. That's true. Which form sensor do you recommend, Aweber or direct to lead tracker jack? So you want to get paid if they fill out the form. So you need to set up lead tracker jack as one of the emails. Okay. So if you go to form settings, you see optional CC email address. This is where you want to fill out the lead tracker jack email, and this is you want to fill out the email address from the from the company. So they get an email and you get an email because you want to get paid for submitting the form. I don't think for the type of business we are going after, an autoresponder works that good. I think it's the last 20% where you need to go after. More important is that if they can contact you in after hours, and that you get paid for those fill out forms. Does that make sense, Carrie? Any other questions about this? So not all of you have taken action to install it. I understand. If I didn't have this webinar, I probably wouldn't have done it yet, but I feel motivated to do it. But it is now this team is actually from the Rockstars, and like I said, it's not one team is better than the other one. The most important part is that you take action, and there are teams around where you can fill out easy information and you don't need to struggle to get a site up. Okay, if you have a basic understanding, you can easily fill out this a WordPress site, and this one is a pretty good looking one. There are several teams out, so it's not that this team is better than another one. I think it's just a good team. So I like this feature. So, but I cannot say how well it converts. I'm going to test it. I'm going to test it for an AC company, so that's why I started with this one. If you see, I already have a customer for that, and I bought the domain just 2 hours ago. So I set this up, I installed it, I'm filling out the blanks, and I'm going to send traffic via AdWords. So that is not something that I only show during the webinar. I'm also going to use this one, and I feel confident to test it because I think there's a lot of what I like on this team is it has bullet points. It has on several places a call to action. You want to have several places that they feel the call to action is to make a phone call. It's pretty nice looking. So I think it's pretty nice. I think it's for most sites I probably see is better than 90% than what I see. But I don't say it's the best, because you can have a very dedicated website for your niche, and that can be better. But to start off, if you have nothing and you want to have a website within a day, that is a good one to do. There's one good one to use. Okay, so that's how I look those things. Okay, so it's very easy. You order the domain name, you set up a standard WordPress site, you upload the WordPress theme, and you fill out the blanks. So anybody questions about this? Is there something else you want me to show? You guys have now the opportunity to ask questions. Is there a better team that you prefer? That's a hard question of all, because I'm not an average user. So the answer to that is it depends on the niche. And for most niches, you can full stand with a simple team, depending on the amount of service they have. I used to code or have developed my own WordPress teams because I have my own. Like for a local plumber. For a local plumber, that is good. This okay. I cannot say it is the best team because I have not seen the conversion. So I'm pretty honest with it. I like the look and feel. Okay, and I have to test how the call to action works. Okay, but it's what I notice with some members is should I do this, should I do that, and at the end of the day they haven't done anything. And this team is this is what I can say. This team is, in my opinion, better than 80% out there. Okay, is this the best team? No, probably not. Okay, if you do a study on it, you probably find a better team. Okay, but you shouldn't do that. Okay, 80% is a good number. Yeah, that is my how do you say this? My goal is to do everything 80%. Okay, if I do everything 100%, I get nothing done. I don't want to offend everybody. Okay, but if I do everything but get 100%, I have to judge from A to Z. I have to study everything from A to Z. But do you get done? And when you do things at 80% level, you make a decent amount of money, and you improve as you go, because you cannot know everything from day one. You have to testing and find this out and become more. Perfection is a lot of time, because probably the last 20% takes 80% of your time, and in the meantime you could have done 10 other things which you have done quickly. So you pick a team, you fill out the blanks, and you set up your how you drive the traffic, and then you ask people for feedback. Why not set up a website and ask critic in the Facebook group, and people come up with ideas what worked for them, and you learn as you go. Other people see things what you don't see because you are used to certain things, and they had experience with another thing. So that's when I write when I write something, I don't see my own mistake. But if I read something from somebody else, I see them because I didn't write them. Because I didn't know what was written. So I have to read every word. So the same when you create a website, just ask in the Facebook group to critique them. And maybe they have some good ideas what worked for them. So, and I see some more and more activity in the Facebook group, and I see good development, and this is also part. Just ask critic on the website, and which slogan worked for some niches, and who they use for which logo developer they use, or maybe software. You can use each other experience pretty easily. There are now about 750 members at the moment in the Facebook. I bet there are about 100 people in. They have pretty good experience about creating a website. And if nobody replies, I will jump in, okay? So with that said, anybody have another question? Do you feel you got something out of your time with this bonus that I showed you how to use the team? So, was just here to pick up tips and support your effort. Team is really fast and easy. Thanks for the recommendation. Always worth my time. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks, Wal. Yes, thank you. So, there are a couple of other people on the line, Raymond and Lloyd. How do you feel about the presentation? Do you get out what you were looking for? Where was there a buy link for the Rockstar team, please? Yeah, there was I did a promotion the other day for it. I don't have it handy. No, I think I did it. When did I? Tuesday or so? I forgot. And if you put a support ticket in, Wal, at support at leadtrackerjack.com, I will reply to it if you need some more details. So with that said, yeah, okay, good. Thanks, Lloyd. I got a bit, it's, I don't know if I can show it to you, okay? I really bought this domain name maybe 2 hours ago, okay? And I start playing with this team. I was really planning to do it Sunday morning, but my daughter played volleyball, and I wanted to join that, okay? So I felt nervous. I really felt nervous to make this presentation because I had only 2 hours, and if something goes wrong, in 2 hours is nothing. But everything went smoothly, and I played with the fields, and I got a good feeling about the team. And it's just a template where you plug in certain information, and the end result is a nice looking website, okay, and which you can use for the most niches, okay. So with that, you can set up a website within a day and start sending traffic to it. As a middleman, do you have a strategy for getting testimonials? They would be your client's customer, and we would not necessarily have direct or any contact. As a middleman, do you have a strategy? Okay, they would be your client's customer, and we would not necessarily have direct or any contact. Okay. Okay, now we come a little bit on the reputation marketing part. I always stimulate when I set up a new customer. I go over certain things, and one of the things is answering the phone, and the second thing is that reputation testimony is very important. Okay, so there are a couple of strategies. One strategy is if the service is at the business location and they have a waiting room, they ask once they got the service directly, what they think about the service, okay? And I more or less request 10 reviews, okay? So I have something to put on the website. If they do the service at the customer location, there's another strategy what really works, and here you got this tip is probably very valuable. So you ask, so you teach the technician who goes out to the customer to say, hey, would you like to get $10 discount for your total bill? In the meantime, I fix your AC. Would you leave a reply on Google about our service. We came on time, and just tell what you think. And once you're done, I'm done, and I will honor your effort. Something like that, okay? So most people are just waiting until the technician is ready. And the advantage for that company is that everywhere where they come, they collect reviews. And that is very powerful. A review on Google is so much valuable. It's almost more valuable than the customer pays for that bill. Because a decision to pick a certain service is based on 75% is based on other people's opinion. So if you have a couple of good reviews and your competition doesn't have good reviews, it is much more likely that they pick your service. Does everybody get that strategy? So you cannot ask why I make those difference. You cannot ask people which come at the business location to fill out at the business location computer a review, because the IP address is the same as the business. But you can stimulate customers at their home location to fill out the review. So that is why that strategy works. And if you are in reputation marketing, you always hear people, speaking about reputation marketing and helping them, but they never tell, or they never teach you how to fix it. They only teach you that there is a problem. But now you have a strategy where you can fix the problem. And you have to more or less train your clients or to educate them how to do it. And it's a little bit effort for them, but it pays really off. And it's typically hard to get reviews on Google, but that strategy, when people get, a free something or a discount, while they're working, or, if you do this, I do this for free, you compensate their time too. You get so many reviews. And if you got 30 and your competitor has only 3, guess what? We'll get the job from the new customer. So I'm interested in your quick list, real estate agent broker, fee, commission, share, training. How do I get more detail on that method? Lloyd, did you watch one of the upgrade training about quick list? Okay. And I am interested in your quick list, real estate agent. How do I get more detail on that method? So after the training you still have questions, correct? And I'm interested in your quick list, real estate agent, fee, commission, share, training. I'm planning to do some more training on Quacklist. I don't know what your specific question is. Is it more related to Quacklist or is it more related to real estate? So to be honest, Mark Helton is the real estate guy with his niche. I have other niches, so real estate. I'm learning too, but it's not my real niche at the moment. After share, how do I get more detail on that method? Lloyd, send me in a detailed support ticket, not a general question, but an itemized question, so I can forward it to Mark Helton and see if you get some good answers to it. My support email is support@leadtrackerjack.com. So in every email almost I provide that support ticket and see if we can get some answers for you. So I think, I also want to appreciate your time that you came to this webinar. So I will try to compensate that as much as I can, Lloyd. Any other questions I can help you with? So if you would, I always appreciate if you leave a comment on Facebook, so I can learn what you liked and didn't like and what you missed, and so I always looking for comments. And also I want that I think it is good that you interact with others about it, so they know what's going on and can watch the replay. But this was a bonus webinar for the guys who bought the WordPress team from Rockstars, and so that is why. And I also now, with those questions, I think I also answer some other cover some other topics, and hopefully you feel happy that you bought it via my link. Okay, I think with that we covered a lot of ground, and I'm happy that you joined this training, and I hope to see you in the Facebook group. And otherwise, if you have a specific question, send me a support ticket, okay? Thank you so much.